Emma's our guide today.
And my name is Emma, which is quite an easy one. As you can hear from my very, very French accent, I'm actually British. I came to Bordeaux in 1993 for a summer job. And where we're going today is we're going to what's called in French the Bassin de Arcachon, the Basin of Arcachon. And Arcachon is the main town, and essentially the French have the highest number of second home ownership in their own country at an oyster farmer's place. And we're going to learn all about oysters, the production, and then you don't have to, but there will be oysters to try. And obviously we're in France, so there's a glass of white wine that goes with it. Okay. Then we will get back onto our boat. We sail down the coast to Cap Ferret, and we're going to have lunch at a waterfront restaurant.
We're 2 hours away from the borders of Spain, San Sebastian.
So when Arcachon started developing as a resort town, the promoters were very clever. They divided the town into 4 quartiers: spring, summer, autumn and winter. And you have a very distinct style of architecture here. So this little building, this home straight ahead of us, just to our right now, Kalinka, this is typical of Arcachon with the very pointed roofs. And Adelaine is going to take us a little route down through the old town so that we can see some of these famous houses. I'm actually coming here tomorrow for the weekend, and so we order our seafood there. They have great little restaurants. This is really like a little village within the town, and they even have a Michelin-starred restaurant, which I haven't been to. It's a good way to make some pocket money. But isn't this gorgeous, this little village?
It is beautiful. And here is the port. It's a tidal port, or a tidal basin. These are the traditional boats, just like that.
Going out on these boats, which is actually part of a hotel, so it's a very expensive hotel. So if you come here to Arcachon, the boat comes over, picks you up and takes you over there. Life jackets under your
There are life jackets under the seat in case we need them.
At the instruments, you can go in. You've got all the back of the boat, and honestly, it's not very many of us.
That's neat. Does look like the African Queen. That is the beach of Arcachon. Cape Ferret is on the Mediterranean. This is where we are right now, Arcachon. And we're going to go around there. And that is where we're going to have lunch. That is an oyster bed. The oyster farmer comes out once a day, shakes a metal bed. Oysters like to attach to something. They attach to metal tables. Great excursion. Oh, they're clamming there. They go in at low tide and clam. This is a real nice clam bake. I'm mighty glad you came.
When it's high tide, and that's basically a class.
You need a certain temperature for those are babies. Now they use those instead of these that break. The babies attach for about 6 or 9 months. Then they bring them in. They put them in big mesh bags then. They bring them into the fresh sea waters, then bring them in again and divide them again. The babies are usually closer to the coast, and as they get bigger, you bring them out around the island. They have excellent oysters here. they're exported as far as Scotland and Brittany, all over. It takes approximately 3 years from baby oyster to the plate. You can only access it when it's high tide. Everything has to be delivered by boat. You're not allowed to build your houses higher than the tree lines. That's one of the traditional boats. Originally, they would ship wine from Lebanon on one of those boats.
10, 15 years, the wooden houses here. Quite white with a big deck. Then another terracotta roof in the tree, and then you can see a very funky modern house. See this white house, very, very funky. A little guest house, but she still has the view.
Yes.
I see this turquoise and grey boat.
Yeah.
These are actually the oyster farmer boats. They're very shallow, very flat.
These are all oyster collector boats.
Yeah, so there's the real thing.
They're
and there's
flat.
The Brazilian version. Yes. You can have shrimp. You can have sea
Talking about they're allowed to have
no
tasting
dessert.
bars.
Sometimes they have a little thing of pate for people who don't. And if you come here in a month, all of these will be.
You see how shallow it is there already? We are going to be disembarking for our oyster tasting at the oyster farm. As we've said, today's May 1st. It's a public holiday.
Okay, when I first came to France, I didn't speak French. I had about 20 words. Hello, goodbye, dog door. And I was really lucky. I met crabs. Most people throw them back and they don't eat them. You cook them in a bouillon. Yeah, it's quite fun. The first time I was no money, but even I get. I met my husband 25 years ago, and the guy.
These are primarily owned by the oyster farmers.
Okay, so we're going in here again. Fantastic. Bonjour, Yannick. So gorgeous thing. The vine is there. Bonjour.
Bonjour, madame.
Messieurs, dames, bonjour.
Bonjour. Looks wonderful.
Okay. Baby oysters.
That's for the baby oysters they put on that. Baby oysters tinier
So
than
these are
a
connected. Again,
fingernail.
L'origine de cette huître vient du Japon et du Canada, puisqu'on a gardé la portugaise pendant un siècle, elle a dégénéré, on a changé de huître.
So we used to have Portuguese oysters. They
They used to have Portuguese oysters. They're a mixture of Canadian and Japanese.
À l'heure
The
actuelle,
net.
It's what you find throughout
une
Europe.
fois que le ministère est collé sur les collecteurs, eh bien, ça va rester à peu près
9 months to a year on the collectors.
9 years.
récupéré, et on va les mettre dans des petites
9 months to a year on that.
So
On
then
that.
they put them into these sacks, so kind of mesh, plastic, and you'll notice that the size
And they
is quite
attach
small.
on the mesh.
Okay, bring them in when they're
They
about
bring them
2 years
in.
old.
When they're
They
2 years
separate
old,
them.
they're
They put them
separated.
into bars, and they do the small, medium, large, and
Do small,
people always say,
medium,
"How many?"
large.
And I always say, "It's
sur place, et c'est là où on fait des catégories du 1, du 2, du 3.
3, 4, 5.
Categories are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
One
6.
big, very big. I personally like 3. It's a nice size. Some people like the bigger ones too, but for me, 3, 4 is ideal.
Every day they go out on a flatboat to turn them,
Ils sont étalés sur des tables.
to make sure they're growing properly. They have like 200 or 300 on each side.
It's low tide.
You have to be out there at low tide to do it.
Yeah, and all the way down to the big boat.
They try to keep the babies close to the coast because it takes a lot of work. That's all from seawater.
Yes, I see it.
It filters everything,
It's slightly cooler.
and they put the oysters in there. Separate again, and the water is aerated in the tanks. And they stay there for about a month.
Oyster before, or who's a bit nervous. So I'm going to do how to eat an oyster 101.
She's showing how to
My
eat an
husband
oyster.
is in wine, and cut that off. You would not believe the number of people who leave that, which is fine. That's my house. I go around and So bon appetit.
How many?
Okay, je vais go a little.
Wonderful oysters. What a treat. I'm going to use my fork. Instead of slurping
Why not?
from the shell.
Aren't they fresh?
So salty. Yeah, amazingly salty.
But incredibly fresh.
That's great.
You know.
Here's their butter. I'm surprised they give us butter for bread. Oh, I love Sauvignon.
The Sauvignon is here.
Voilà.
I would slash my hand open.
Coupez le muscle dessous.
Oui, oui.
Voilà.
Yeah, oui. Merci. Oyster, love it. And you can see we're all graded because of sunrise and the isotherm pool. I demolished 9 out of that pile. So labor intensive.
Until about 3 years ago, it didn't just have a slight leak. It
Was an actual house. The only thing that still remains is the chapel. It's out there is a dune. This is the largest dune in Europe.
Climb the dune from usually from about now onwards. They have a wooden staircase at the back.
Great. I can leave my quiet box here. You can see right there, you can see oysters in the bags. Maybe the oysters are going to be how strong is it? This is where we had lunch. And you can already see how much more the oysters are here. Here for a dozen, they want $28.50. So many different things. Because it is the 1st of May, it's a holiday, and it's jammed here. We're going to have calamari is a starter, along with some sweet peppers, followed by cod, and ending with lemon meringue.
Many years ago.
There's a whiter rosé.
A few years back during COVID.
Very light colored rosé, but it's dry, correct?
Yeah.
The rosés are actually from Provence, except for that winery that we were at the other day where they're in a partnership. There's a calamari with the peppers. Yeah, they're singing happy birthday in French.
Clear the snow.
A type of aioli with garlic and mashed potatoes. Finale, a beautiful lemon meringue tart. It isn't often that you see nuts for sale as a souvenir. Cute, 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 cute. How about guac and chips? How about a slingshot? Hey, if you want a burger, fries, and a beverage, it's €20. Takes 30 minutes on one of the navettes. This has been a great excursion. Once again, I have nothing but superlatives for how excellent this particular cruise on Viking has been. It couldn't be any better. That cypress tree down on the shore is approximately 300 years old. They said it lost a limb, which was struck by lightning. It's just
And that's my very
Isn't that
good friend
beautiful?
Janice. She and I are having a glass of rosé.
Arcachon, and we have well over an hour to walk around and shop or just see what there is before we head back on our coach. These are all famous sailors. Almost everything is closed. That is interesting. If you want to know how much it is, you have to ask. Almost all the stores are closed. Carrefour is open. These are my kind of prices. Great Sauvignon. Beautiful pieces. Ooh. I can see through your bullshit. That is my newest artwork. Yeah. I saw signs that said this is the route for Graves and Sauternes. Seems so. Another small little town. We're back in wine country. Look at the top. Cadillac. Or you should say Cadillac. It's even spelled like Cadillac.
Because it's quite narrow. It's actually an Eiffel Bridge.
Another huge chateau.
I'm going to spoil the guides, blah blah. Then we'll tell you all about
That's a sea
it.
gate. We'll see all this tomorrow.
Town like Libourne, and this one is a real Bastille town because it still has. I hope you've enjoyed it half as much as I have. Here is actually a real technical challenge for the captain because you can see the river's not that wide, and they turn around. So have your camera ready.
You can see he's turning around. He has to turn to come in on this side. Virgil's. He's still turning. And here comes the Forsetti. Keep on coming. My cabin is about halfway down there in the middle.